Hello, my fellow souls, reaching nirvana. Christopher Witecki here, your friendly neighborhood astrologer, working on Astrology 101. And we're now on episode 5 already. We're talking about the states of awareness known as the zodiac races or the zodiac signs. And you might want to watch the introduction if you haven't, but right now we're going from the premise that there are not 12 signs, that there are 12 states of consciousness, and each of these states make up what we call our human consciousness, our human awareness. 12 states of awareness. So that said, we've gone through the first 9. We're going to finish with the last 3 in this particular show and get kind of deep. And let's review just a little bit. Think of the states of awareness as a tall building somewhere. The penthouse is Pisces. That's the last floor between you get up to God, universe, and the heavens. Then you have Aquarius. Then you have Capricorn, right? All the way down. And we've worked so far to Leo, and we left off with Cancer. Cancer being the nurturing vibration, the vibration responsible for us surviving. That brings us now to the Gemini vibration. The Gemini vibration is the vibration responsible for our intellectual thought and communication. That's right. So, you know, there's a lot of science study out there about how the brain works and how thoughts work and all of those things. But I personally believe that our brain does execute our soul's commands, but our soul has the thought or the awareness of the idea before it turns into word. The process of translating spiritual wisdom into word is responsibility of the Gemini consciousness. The Gemini consciousness on the planet is what allows us to exchange ideas and information. This is not to be confused with the Sagittarius consciousness, which is the opposite side of Gemini. The Sagittarius is the accumulation of wisdom, which are several and thousands of thoughts, all coming to a hierarchy of understanding. Geminis are the supporting detail. So Sagittarius is the thesis, Gemini is those 5 sentences that follow, okay? Gemini consciousness is responsible for basically putting 2 pieces together. They say Geminis have grass is greener syndrome. Well, that's literally the truth. They are the binoculars of reality. A Gemini is always obsessed with both sides of duality. That's why they rule the eyes and the hands and the lungs, all parts of the body that have 2. Because by biangulating, I guess, you get depth of perception based on the distance between the 2 eyes, right? And that's what Geminis do. They give us depth of intellectual perception. So I always argue if every Gemini died on the planet tomorrow or returned to mother, then what would happen is we would not be able to speak. We would lose our language. We would lose our hand language. And it's a lot more detailed than just word. It is hand language. It is facial language. And this is what the Gemini consciousness is. So kind of going down from the top, remember, Pisces is the idea. Aquarius is how it fits within the whole. Capricorn is us controlling it. Sagittarius is the big theory. Then we move into Scorpio. Now we're drawing lines. Right? Then we move to Libra. Now we make it pretty and we give it clay and we start to manifest the idea. Then Virgo. Suddenly it's real. Okay, we're alive with the Virgo energy. Now we move into Leo. What's our inspiration for being alive in the first place? Now I move into Cancer. Let's take care of ourselves and make sure we don't die. Survival. Then Gemini is, okay, now that I know I'm alive, all those top floors, let's talk about that. Let's get some ideas going here. Hey, you're alive too? Cool. Nice to meet you. Gemini energy is the first exchange of intellectual thought communication, and that's what that state of consciousness is about. And wherever Gemini is in your chart, that's the portion of your life you use to communicate. So if you have Gemini in the 8th house, you use sex to communicate, you use transformation to communicate, and you are motivated by transformation to communicate. So that's Gemini. I think we got that down. The next is Taurus. Now Taurus, well, I'm a Taurus, so I'm very interested in the state of consciousness of Taurus. I love Taurus. Taurus consciousness is now the human being. Everything up until now, from Pisces down to Gemini, is us as a human being. Okay, we're alive. We're survival, we're alive. Now Taurus is, as this human being, let's make something. Let's make something. This is the fun part of manifestation, in my opinion. And I believe Tauruses are the manifestors of Mother Earth. In fact, I don't believe that Taurus is ruled by Venus. My theory is Taurus is ruled by Earth. And that's one reason why we are stubborn, baby, because we never move into any sign, ever, okay? That is our stubbornness. But what Taurus vibration is, or the state of awareness of Taurus, is to manifest with all those other layers, to make something out of it. Okay, so Tauruses are the producers, I say. They produce children and farms and companies, and they produce, you know, sometimes a lot of crap. You know, we make things happen. If you look at famous Tauruses, they are big producers, like Barbara Streisand. Oh, she's a singer, but she turned it into a big film studio, and she turned it into a director, and she turned it into this. She's not just a singer. A Taurus has got to make something they can look at and go, hi, I did that. And wherever your Taurus energy is in your chart, it tells us astrologers, oh, this is the area that this soul likes to manifest in. Okay, so if you have a Taurus rising, you like to manifest. Where you manifest is through the ego. If you have a Taurus in the 7th house, the opposite, you like to manifest through your marriages. And maybe you have several marriages, or you have one great, fantastic, beautiful marriage that is right, that history wants to write about. So our Taurus conscious state of awareness is about where we manifest, how we manifest, and what kind of hang-ups or strengths we have when it comes to manifestation. And for those of you who are already familiar with charts just a little bit, this is the 2nd house. And so Taurus also manages our soul capital. Tauruses are masters of soul capital. They know exactly what they are and exactly what they're not. And they use what they are to make new things happen. And you, in your Taurus consciousness, takes what you are, takes your soul capital, and makes things happen. So Geminis think about that vibration. I wonder what I want to make. And then the Taurus consciousness is, okay, I want to make this. Let's do it. And that's why I say you have to believe you're worth $1 million to draw in $1 million, because that is the law of Taurus. Finally, we have the last sign, which is Aries. And a lot of people say, oh, Aries are the infants of the zodiac. Not really. I think the way you look at Aries is the ego. Okay? So here we are as magicians, and then Aries, the ego, says, now charge, now do it. Okay? So we've manifested from Pisces all the way down to Aries, and the ego goes, let's go. Aries is Mars. Mars is action. Action is activity. And if you watch your soul horoscopes, I always say the final step of manifestation is action. You've got to take action and move in the direction in which you wish to have things manifest. The Taurus isn't enough. The Gemini thought isn't enough. The Leo of, oh gosh, I really want it, this is who I am, it's not enough. We must master all 12 states of awareness in order to be fully manifested. And the Aries state of awareness is that final cherry on top. Okay, it's us moving forward. And in many cases, the Aries warrior energy is us charging. Okay, for instance, if someone's in a war, that soldier is put down in the battlefield, right? The classic Aries warrior. He or she is in the battlefield and he charges. But he can't charge, or she can't charge, until all these other states of consciousness have decided, hey, Hitler's the enemy, this person's worth killing, da-da-da-da, it's worth the cause. All these other 11 states have to check out. And then the Aries can go, okay, put on my mask, put on my, charge. That Aries determination. The Aries state of consciousness is responsible on the planet for courage, for strength, for fortitude, okay? These qualities of seeming superhuman, and also our ego in itself. How hot we are, right? How muscular we are, how we put ourselves out there, a firm handshake. All these qualities of life are Aries ruled, and this is our Aries vibration. So looking in the chart, you can see somewhere in your chart, Aries is ruling that part of your awareness. We'll get to that later, so don't worry too much. And that is where your ego derives from. So if you have Aries in the 10th house, your ego derives from your good career. If you have ego in the 3rd house, your ego derives from being a good communicator, that sort of thing. So as we wrap up show number 5, once again your homework assignment is really the same thing. Go back to Gemini, Taurus, Aries on your chart of who your people are, and start to look for these qualities. Look for your Arieses and how they charge, how they are heroes of the zodiac, how they are masters of ego, and sometimes ego gets in the way. Look for your Tauruses. What are they manifesting? Are they making cookies? Are they making kids? What are they making? And look at your Geminis. Do they chatty Cathys, or are they quiet all the time? Because a quiet Gemini is chatty on the inside. All right, that's all I have for this Astrology 101. I'll be back with the next kind of section soon, and I'll see you in 1 week. Until then, live, love, be. So